everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a full set, and I chose a Valentine's Day design to do on her. I'm starting out with pushing the cuticle back gently. I am doing a set on my ambassador. She is a CNA, and she often likes to get her nails long, which I do not recommend due to the lifting and things that she has to do with her clients, but she insists. And sometimes she breaks her nails, and that is the cause of why her fingers look like this. I just told her that the next set that we do, it does have to be short, and that we're going to try to grow her natural nails out. She's not too happy about it, but I have to do what's in the best interest for my clients. I'm really all for taking care of natural nails. So here I'm just cleaning up the cuticle area. I am using a cuticle bit, which I purchased from Amazon. If anyone would like the link for this cuticle bit, just send a comment and I can definitely shoot you that information. These cuticle bits really come in handy, especially for people that do not like to use cuticle nippers. It helps clean up a lot of what's left on the nail, and this can help prevent lifting with your acrylic or gel enhancements, and as well with gel manicures. I know some people do not like to have drills on their nails, especially if they're just getting a mani. So I do still use cuticle nippers. It's good practice for those people who do not like drills, and also it just helps to get anything that's left over from when you use the drill. I used to be terrified of using the cuticle nippers, but once you invest into good cuticle nippers and you practice, you'll have no reason to be scared of them, and you won't, hurt your clients. Or it's good practice to practice on yourself or someone else. So now I'm just taking a sanding band and just taking off the natural shine of the nail and just getting rid of any oils or anything like that, so we can get ready to start preparing the nail for the acrylic enhancement. When I'm using the sanding band, I like to keep it on the lowest um, RPM as possible, which I have it on a 4. I'm using a Kira Sky Drill. The lowest is 3, but I use a 4, and I'm just gently tapping the natural nail and just cleaning up the cuticle area just a little more. I also dust the nail off as well, which I did not get on camera, but I dust the nail off before I apply the nail tip so that there is no dust or debris underneath while I'm gluing on the nail tips. So I didn't size on camera. I typically know what numbers she needs for her nail tips. So I just went ahead and just got the bags out, pulled the nails out, and you'll see me filing the ends of the nail tips while I'm placing them on her fingers. And that's just because sometimes they're a little too wide, or the ends of them are a little too pointy, and I don't want them poking into her skin. And the next size up is too wide for her fingers, and we need them to fit side to side. I'm sorry, sidewall to sidewall. Guys, be patient with me. This is my first YouTube video, and I'm doing the best that I can. I will get better with time, as well as with everything else. I know some people like to put the glue on the nail and then put the nail tip on, but I like to put the glue on the nail tip and then apply it to the nail. These nail tips were purchased from Amazon. I believe they're a triple XL. I can again find out that information, and if anyone wants to know the link for that, again, just send me a comment and I can get that information to you. I use Kiara Sky's nail glue now. I used to use KDS from Amazon because it was cheaper, and I had an allergic reaction which caused contact dermatitis, and I'll go into further details about that in another video. Just to give a little information so that you all are keeping yourself and your clients safe. Just make sure that you are aware of what's in the products that you are using. Whatever products you are using, just make sure you have the SDS sheets so that if there is an allergic reaction and you or your client has to go to the hospital, you can let the doctor know what is in the products and they can possibly figure out what caused the allergic reaction to you. So here I'm just blending the nail tip into the natural nail. And again, I just have my drill on 4, a low speed, because you're not technically like wanting to drill all the way into the nail. Just blend it in a little bit. I am using Young Nails Monomore as well as their acrylic powder. I had this Dappin dish when I first started doing nails about 3 years ago, and I damaged it, not taking care of it. I've tried some other glass Dappin dish, and I just really like this one better. It holds better. The smell isn't as strong if you leave a little left over, which you shouldn't, but sometimes I do. If I'm still practicing, I'll just use whatever is left over in the Dappin dish. I am also using my Kiara Sky nail brushes, and I was indecisive of which size I wanted to use because her nails is a little on the longer side. I only have a size 10 and 18 right now. Um, I decided to go bigger thinking that it would make things better, but sometimes it made things a little difficult. So just stick to the brush that you're most comfortable with. I did decide just to go in with my size 10, which works perfectly fine for short, long, medium nails. It works perfectly fine for me. Again, go with what you're comfortable with, and a lot of people will tell you bigger is better, but again, do what works best for you because what works for you may not work for everyone else, and that is perfectly fine. So here I'll just be showing me applying the application, picking up some beads, a little bit of my powder to liquid ratio. I will do another video on that as well, but yeah, just wanted to show a little bit of me working here. I'll show about 2 nails of me doing the application, and then I'm going to speed up the video a little bit. The acrylic powder that I'm using is called Cover Rosebud by Young Nails, and it works really well, and it's a very pretty color, nice cover color. I try to go with the 3 bead method. Sometimes if you have to use a little more to, cover the cuticle area, that's perfectly fine, but just try to be consistent and get into a habit of either doing a 1 bead, 2 bead, or 3 bead method. Again, practice, 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 practice. Of course, there's never going to be perfection, but practice and you can get near perfection. And if anyone has any recommendations of a good 100% Kolinsky nail brush, please leave a comment down below. The size, the brand, it'll be helpful. I really love Kiara Sky's brushes, but I like to try out new things as well. I have stuck with them. When I first started out, I purchased a couple of brushes off of Amazon, but I did realize that I need to spend a little more money and invest into a good brush. You have to invest into good products because if you don't, it can affect your application, and you may think that you're doing something wrong, but you could be doing everything right, but the brush just may not be a good brush. The monomer not be the best. The powder may not be the best. It may be chalky. So just make sure you're investing into good products. Invest into yourself so that you, even if you're just practicing, invest into practicing with good products. It's kind of like what I tell my daughter when it comes to basketball. How you practice is how you play. And I feel the same way when it comes to nails. So if I'm practicing on a set, I want to make sure that I'm practicing with good products. So as you're applying the application, you want to make sure that you are keeping the nail shape of the nail tip as best as possible. What I like to do is just run my brush alongside the nail, as I'm doing so here, just trying to keep that nail in shape as best as possible because then it'll cut back on your time that you have to use for shaping and filing. I forgot to mention that the dehydrator that I use is by Mia Secret. A lot of people say that you don't have to purchase dehydrator and that you could just mix acetone and I believe it's alcohol together, but I just like to purchase the dehydrator. I know it's extra money that's being spent, but that just works for me. And I live by the Young Nails primer. Oh my gosh, like I don't run into too many issues with it. And I have had clients wait 2 months before they come back and see me, which I do not recommend. I do not care how good your nail tech's retention is. Please try to get your nails done at least every 2 to 3 weeks, four maximum. But you are beginning to leave room for a lot of things that could happen. Lifting, if any. And once your nails start lifting, you're leaving room for infections, fungus, the greenies, the fungus that can apply up underneath there, um, nail breakage, damage to your natural nails. So just try to get your nails done, every 2 to 3 weeks, again, 4 weeks at max. So now I'm just going to start getting ready to shape. I'm using a 80/80 grit nail file. It's by a brand called Pana, which I purchased from Amazon. I like using the 80/80 grit when it comes to the acrylic enhancements. Um, I use it for the shaping, um, the balancing and filing. I typically like to use my a hand file for a lot of the filing and, like I said, balancing of the nail. Um, I like to use a hand file better than using a drill. Um, Pretty much what I use my drill for is just cleaning up the cuticle area or in sealing the cuticle area and just going underneath the nail to make sure there's no acrylic underneath there. So I always start out with just shaping the sidewalls first and then a little bit of the tip. And then I go into just filing the apex and on top of the nail. And again, I like to use a hand file to do this rather than using a nail drill. It just works best for me. I started filing her nails with her hands turned the other way, and then I turned them the opposite way because for whatever reason it hurts some people or it feels funny to them when their hand is turned the other way. So I just hold it this way so there's more stability. I put my finger behind the nail and then have my thumb in the front of it, just making sure that I'm protecting her finger and her nail, so that the nail isn't all wobbly and moving all over the place, and I'm just able to have control of the nail while I'm filing it. So as I'm filing the tip of the nail, I like to hold my nail file a little more angled. So in this position, it'd be more of an upward angle how I'm holding it. But just I don't like it to be too straight across because then look at my bonus niece. She's so pretty. But I like to hold it at an angle so that I'm not filing the edges of the nail and not taking away that crisp look for the nail shape. So now I'm just going in with my nail drill to clean up the cuticle area if there's any extra acrylic that I had around the cuticle area. I'm pretty much just sealing in that cuticle area there as well. And again, I do go up underneath the nail tip just to make sure there's no additional acrylic under there either. Here I'm just going in with the buffer just to buff off any of those scratches that would have came from me filing the top of the nail, just so that it's a smoother application when I apply the nail polish and do my nail art. I'll have her wash her hands after this with a brush and some water. And yes, I do allow her to use soap as well because she went to the bathroom. So some of the nail art I did not get on film. Again, this is my first YouTube video, so I will get better with time. But I'm just doing some French um, different colors here to get ready to start doing my nail art. I've been seeing this somewhat of this design on Pinterest, which I get a lot of my nail inspiration from, as well as Instagram. Um, Decided to put my own little twist on this. She was running a little late for her appointment, and I had to be up in the morning at 3:30 a.m. so that I could be to work by 4 at my part-time job. um, she was originally supposed to come at 5 p.m. and she did not get there until 6, and we did not finish until around 8 p.m. I want to say. So, yeah. Um, it was a long night and I knew I would be a little tired in the morning, but I had a short shift, so it was okay. I was like, you know what? I really love doing nails. This is my passion. I really love this. So, I wanted to get it done. When she came in, she's like, oh, we can just do a simple French. And I'm like, okay, sure. But I knew in my mind what I wanted to do the whole time. I have been wanting to try this set anyways. I've been really wanting to try this. So I was like, yeah, I'll just take the risk of being a little tired in the morning. I'll just take a nap when I get off, which that's usually rare because I do have a 4-year-old and he keeps me on my toes. So the pinks that I'm using are from the D&D collection. Again, if you want to know the colors, just leave a comment. I can let you know exactly what colors they are. The baby blue and the red are from iGel, and the white I purchased from my local nail supply store here in Minnesota. So that was at the Twin Cities Nail Supply store I got that from. They just recommended it. And then I'm going to be using a black gel pod, which I purchased the gel pod collection from Young Nails. And again, if you want information on that, I can let you know where I purchased that from. Just leave a comment, and I am more than happy to answer any questions or give any information. And I'm also open to any feedback. Yes, I can accept constructive criticism. So the nail art brush that I was using to apply the blue lines and the red line, as well as the French tip, um, I'm not exactly sure of the size it is, but it is from the Beatles collection, which I also purchased from Amazon. Please, 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 if anyone has any suggestions on nail art brushes that I could use, please leave them in the comments. I am open to all suggestions, and I am just looking for about a 15, 10, and 7 brush that I can use. And then this brush that I'm using here right now, this came with the Young Nail Gel Pod collection that I got, and I really like it. I tried out some other nail art and it works really well. I've done maybe one or two other sets where I really got into some detailed art. So I'm really looking forward to doing more drawings and getting into more of the artsy side of doing nails. I feel like I'm I won't say that I've accomplished um the acrylic application because there's always room for growth. But I've come a long way and I am more comfortable with doing my acrylic applications. But I am looking forward to starting to do more nail art. So this was an easy way that I um, seen someone do some hearts. So took advantage of that. And again, we were really short on time and I was getting a little tired, but I wanted to get this set done and make it look as pretty as possible. So this was just one of the easier ways and quicker ways for me to apply some hearts to her nails. So I am using my favorite top coat by Koopa. I purchased this from Amazon for about $10. It is one of the best top coats that I've used. I've used a few different brands, and I'm just really in love with this brand. It's not too thick, it's not too thin, it's really the perfect consistency, and I don't have any chipping or anything. No one comes back with their nails chipped, or I don't have any chippings on my nails either, but 10 out of 10, I do recommend this brand. I do like to go in and wipe the sides of the nails while I'm doing nail art or polishing because that can affect nail, your final results of your nail looks. So here I'm using my cuticle oil that I did personally make, and I will do a separate video on that as well. That will be coming soon. And I like to give a little massage after putting the cuticle oil on. Again, she's a CNA, so she works with her hands a lot. And even just for anyone, I like to give a little massage. You know, that's just my little thing that I like to do. And here is the finished results. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.